Good morning, YouTube. It's a lovely sunny morning. Saturday. Sitting here taking it easy. Had the news on a while ago, and apparently the Moslems are revolting. They're revolting right across the Islamic world. They're protesting in England. They're burning German embassies. They're revolting. The reason they're revolting against the Western world is because there's been a film trailer on YouTube, like a prequel for a film called The Innocence of the Moslems, I think. Or maybe it's Muhammad and the Innocents. Haven't paid that much attention. I haven't gone looking for it on YouTube. I have heard radio reports from ABC Radio National. And from what I can make out, nobody knows precisely who made the film. The person who's supposed to have produced and directed it doesn't exist. It's allegedly connected to Coptic Christians from Egypt. Okay, well, they tend to suffer pretty badly at the hands of militant Islamic Brotherhood religious extremist fanatics. So you could understand why the Egyptian Coptic Christians might have a bit of a sour view of Islam. But from what I've heard with references to bestiality and donkeys and viciousness, this film does not appear to represent an American fundamentalist Christian view of Islam. It's kind of too detailed and culturally specific in the insults. It more appears to portray an Islamic jihadi fundamentalist opinion of what the American Christians think about Islam. It's like a double think thing going on. It really strikes me as being something of a false flag attack against Islam to motivate the Moslem world against the West, to anger the Moslem world in the same way as that Pakistani incident last month, where an 11-year-old girl was arrested because in her plastic shopping bag there were pages torn from the Quran and burned, and therefore she was up on the blasphemy, apostasy laws, and the thou shalt not insult the religious bookwork laws, which are very strong and powerful in Pakistan. And this girl had Down syndrome, so we're talking a retarded 11-year-old Christian girl, supposedly burning pages from the Quran, and what a terrible threat to God that is. So the girl was arrested and held on remand, and all sorts of dire threats were made against her future, because it's a capital offence in Pakistan, right? You hurt the Quran in Pakistan, and their view of their God is that their God is so fragile and so powerless and so defenceless that if they see somebody hurting their religious book, they have to go and, actually legally process the person who insulted Islam unto death. They kill people for insulting the Islamic Book of Words in Pakistan. And after 3 weeks, it turned out that the Imam who denounced the 11-year-old retarded girl, he's been arrested and he's being held on remand, and the girl has been released on bail because witnesses came forward who said, look, we can't tell a lie, and we can't tell a lie by failing to speak up, and we saw that Imam tear the pages out of the Quran, and we said, don't do it, and he said, yeah, this is the way to get rid of Christians, fellas, and we saw him burn the Quran, and we saw him plant the burnt pages in the little girl's shopping bag. So that caused a wave of anti-Western feeling in Pakistan before it transpired that it was bullshit. It was not anything done by the Christians to hurt the Quran. It was a false flag attack on the Quran by an extremist imam who wanted to damage Western Muslim relations. He didn't want the West to be friends with the Islamic Caliphate. So here we have this film, appears on YouTube, nobody knows who made it. It caricatures the American Christian fundamentalist view of Islam to the point where the entire Moslem world is revolting. Burning the German embassy in Tripoli. Okay, why? What the hell did the Germans have to do with the nutcase in America who makes a movie? I'm sorry. It just strikes me as ridiculous. I reckon, speaking as a faithist, if somebody insults my God theory, it is up to my God theory to get even with them. It is not up to me to decide that my God is so weak and powerless and childish that if somebody says something bad about my God theory, then I have to go and burn their house down. Because I have a God theory that is omnipotent, omnipotent, has power over everything. If my God theory wants somebody else to have the free speech to say that I'm an idiot for having a God theory, well, that's cool. My God theory can handle it. I don't believe in a childish, immature creator of the universe. And I feel very sorry for the fundamentalist Christians and the fundamentalist Muslims, because their childish, immature views on their God theory are going to get a lot of people killed. And who's the karma going to belong to? Who is responsible for the consequences of their actions? The idiots who incite the violence. So anyway, what do you reckon, Missy? Is that a good thought, eh? Whose God theory do you want to pay attention to? Yes. Okay. I think I might throw some bread, not upon the waters, but upon the marsupials. Okay. Communion time for Kangaroo? Good girl. Now. Yes, see? Bread on the waters. We don't have water up here, but we do have marsupials. Come on. Come on. Hey. Come on. Mother and daughter. They don't get along too well, do they? They just have not learned that there's enough to go around. A bit like... Yeah, see, she doesn't like coming in that close either. Hey? How about you, Cindy? See, everybody can be peaceful. Everybody could share. Right? You don't actually have to fight with each other. There is plenty to go around. See? Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent. So, wouldn't it be nice if the revolting Muslims and the crazy-ass violent Christians could pay attention to that? It's better to share because there's enough to go around. The God theory is able to sustain all of us. If only you'd bloody stop fighting. Ciao.